What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. And today, yes, come on, man. We're Arsenal fans, man. We know what trophies are about, people. But listen, before we get into today's stream, I have to thank every single one of you who has supported this channel. As I said on the community page earlier with the post, this is for all of us. This is a community trophy, you know. It ain't just about me. Anybody can set up a YouTube channel and start talking about football. You know, the success of that channel is based upon the support that you get in the community and from the community. And all of you support this channel every day with your comments, your likes, your views. So I have to thank every single one of you. And I want to share the trophies with all of you as well. And then we'll move on. We'll get down to business. So listen, big up to everyone for tuning in. It's Friday. The weekend's here. Good vibes, people. International break is finishing. We've all had enough of that business. Arsenal play on Monday, so we got to wait. At least Arsenal can't ruin the weekend, you know, because they don't play over the weekend. So we can sit back, enjoy the rest of the football, and get into the Arsenal business on Monday. But listen, as I said, before I started, I have to thank all of you for the support. Legends, I read all the comments. I respond to as many as I can. So this trophy, you know, it's for all of us, people. It's for all of us. Just quickly, man said you was polishing the thing. Now, obviously, we got the silver. We got the silver in best in video. That was the first one. I didn't really expect to win anything on that one because that's the vlogging one. And then obviously we got the big boy one, man. We got the big boy one. You know, we're Arsenal fans, man. Arsene Wenger settings on Invincibles and all that. So we're used to gold trophies. You see I don't know if you can look. The trophy's see-through, man. The green screen's hammering it. So yeah, people, big up to all of you, legends, every single one of you. And we will do a giveaway next week as well, people. So look out for that. I feel I have to give something back to the community, you know. Although I can't promise you a PS5 like Fran was doing, you know. It might be a PS4. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely giving something away next week as a little thank you back to the community. So big up every one of yourselves. And we move from here. That's it. Like Pep Guardiola says, man, kiss the trophy, put it down and get back down to business. We go again next year, people. Right, let's get down to business. Mikel Arteta is back. He's doing press conferences. He's, you know, get your lunch ready, people. Waffle settings there again. We're going to be talking. Let me just get into the comments. A few of you. Big up to all of you with the congratulations and all that. It's much appreciated. I've seen all of them. It was a great night, actually, just briefly, man. The awards, it was at the Royal Lancaster Hotel, Central London, 5-star swanky hotel settings. You know, about £8 for a drink. It was mad, but it was great vibes in there. Great vibes. Was with Robbie. Big up Robbie, AFTV. They won Best Content Creator. Well deserved. You know, Robbie streamed every single game in the Euros. Man's doing Macedonia and them games there. So well deserved. You know, Expressions. I think he got 3rd place in one of the awards. A few of the people won awards, man. It was a brilliant night. All of us together. Great vibes. And, you know, really good positive vibes. Broad said, I'm watching with no sound, but wanted to be here just to celebrate, bro. I'll watch properly later. Well done, my bro. Big inspiration. I think I speak for the whole community when I say we are so proud. I appreciate your words, bro. Thank you, man. I know you're at work, so don't get in trouble. You know, get caught watching. Big up to every single one of you. Man said, show us the money. Don't worry, I'll give away something next week, 100%. Man said, looking fresh and clean. You know, you have to clean up for the awards. You know, I had the suit on and everything. Troops was proud of you, G. Hey, listen, big up Troops, man. He was going mad for me. Listen, the vibes were great last night, man. The vibes were brilliant. It was all positive. You know, Fogden and Robbie, they squashed their little situation, and you know, Troops was really riding for me. You know, really wanted man to win. Yeah, it was a shame about the Big Six. For me, they should have won. But sometimes these awards are a little bit, you know, sometimes it's about how long you've been about, how many followers you got on social media. I think them things do influence it. But yeah, man, it was a shame. But Turkish, I'm sure they came second. So listen, I'm sure they can win it next year. Curtis was shy. Listen, for anybody that doesn't know, right, when I went up there to get my speech, to say my speech, I've only started singing Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. I turned the place over. Everyone was going up there saying, you know, thank you for this award, a little bit shy. I went up there, I was like, Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. All the Arsenal fans going mad. Tottenham fans booing. It was vibes, people. I don't let down the community. You know, I'm not shy. But anyway, let's move, people. Let's move. That's enough of it. I'm on this Pep Guardiola thing. We give the trophy a kiss. We win trophies next year. Good start for Arsenal, though. We need trophies as well. You know what time it is, people. Get your lunch ready. Get the syrup ready. It's back. Mikel Arteta settings. The press conference is here. And back down to business. Big up, Fran. Hey, hope you're well, my bro. We're keeping it moving. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't celebrate the trophies for too long. One little celebration and that's it. Bang. We go again. That's what the best teams do. So we have to do that as well. Suge Knight at the Source Awards. All up in the videos. Oh, dear me. But yeah, listen. Waffle settings, people. We're back with another Coleman Music press conference. Mikel Arteta. I have to admit, people, I've missed these. I've actually missed them. I never thought I would miss this. But this international break, I don't know how anyone's felt. This feels like the longest international break ever. Like, it feels like I've been waiting like 2 months to watch Arsenal play. And the worst thing is, we've got another international break next month. So I have to make the most of all these games that are coming up. But listen, I haven't seen the press conference. I haven't read any quotes. I was not really keeping my eye on everything Arsenal yesterday. So we're reading this for the first time. I know he was asked about Vieira and a few other things. There he is, Mikel. Feel like I haven't seen this guy's face for about a month, but it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Rodney said, Curtis, legend of the dot stream, Arsenal Rodders in Blackpool. You know what? Somebody said to me yesterday, they go, I watched your dot along stream. And I saw you was watching the screen with just the dots moving around the screen. And he said, during the stream, you said, Arsenal aren't even attacking well. And he goes, but you was watching dots on the stream. How do you know if they were attacking well or not? I said, trust me, man, you can tell them dots weren't moving enough. There was no movement. He was like, listen, even when I don't agree with you, you make me laugh. So I love it. But big up, man. So many people were there last night. Billy from F2, loads of people there. But listen, it was great vibes. And I hope it inspires some of you. I don't want to get too political. I know some, Guna Gossip TV, big up to you. She said, big up yourself, a true inspiration to us content creators. Keep doing your thing as well, man. Trust me, keep doing your thing. Last year, I sat there and I watched that award show and I said, I can't believe they haven't acknowledged me, this, that, the other. A year later, picking up the awards. I'm sure some of you out there have got great views, great opinions. Have a go. If you want to do it, people, don't hesitate. Pick up the camera and get going. I want to see some of you with channels next year winning awards, people. But listen, let's get into waffle settings. Let's see what he's got to say. Hopefully he doesn't, say anything too crazy after 2 weeks. In fact, sometimes I hope he does say something crazy because it provides good entertainment and content, to be fair. Arshia said, you have more trophies than Spurs. Love that. Listen, when I started singing Tottenham get battered everywhere they go, expressions weren't overly happy, but it felt appropriate, people. It felt appropriate. This is bigger than the Audi Cup. Right, let's get into it. I've missed these. It's waffle settings. Mikel Arteta is back. And they're still doing it on Zoom as well. Mikel Arteta was back on Zoom on Thursday for another virtual press conference to preview Monday's match against Crystal Palace. Our manager discussed the latest team news, Patrick Vieira's return, Granit Xhaka, and more. Here we go. We're off. Get your waffles, get your syrup, get your drink. Let's go. This is lunchtime, people. We're eating out here. On the team news and the latest on Granit Xhaka, he says, at the moment, everyone seems to be okay. Granit is progressing really well, but obviously we know it's a long-term injury. Unfortunately, he's not going to be available. I mean, they said he was out for 3 months, right? So I did see pictures that were uploaded of him doing gym work. So, listen, he's going to be out for a while, but it wouldn't surprise me if he maybe comes back in December rather than January. With the treatment these guys get now, I think they often shave a couple of weeks off the expected time of being out. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him back maybe in December, but still a long way off. So Granit obviously is not available. But listen, what is positive, and I do think this is an effect of no Europe, is we seem to have a full squad available. pretty much all the time. Hardly any injuries, which over the years, Arsenal have loads of injuries. On whether the international break will help us again. He says it is what it is. We managed to turn things around a little bit during the previous international break, but there is still a big margin for improvement. But we got important results that were very needed in that moment. And we just need to think about doing things better, progressing up the table and focus on winning our next match. And I've said this before, people, that last run, that player of the month or manager of the month, all of that, that's great. But it's like anything. You win manager of the month, that's it now. Let's go. Let's go now, right? It's time for you to win another 3 or 4 games out of the next 4. People only remember your last game in football often. So if we get a draw or we lose to Crystal Palace on Monday, forget manager of the month. Nobody cares about that. This, for me, is a must-win game for Arsenal Football Club on Monday. It's going to be difficult. Patrick Vieira is going to have a point to prove. And as I said, I did the show with Laurie yesterday, Talk is Cheap. Go and check that out. I said that this is an audition for Patrick Vieira to actually put himself in the minds of the owners and say, listen, do you know what? If anything ever goes wrong and you decide, well, some would say it already is going wrong, but we're not going to get into that too much. He's going to want those owners to be aware that maybe Patrick Vieira could be the next Arsenal manager. Now, at the moment, I think most people would say Vieira's not quite ready to get the Arsenal job, but then he's done more than Mikel Arteta in terms of when Arteta got the job. If he can take Crystal Palace to that next level, show everyone that he can change their style of football and maybe challenge for a trophy or something, maybe they could get to a League Cup or FA Cup semi-final or something, that he might put himself in the frame. So listen, he's going to be fired up for it. I believe he'll get an incredible reception from the Arsenal fans because, like I've said many times, I believe Patrick Vieira is the best centre midfielder I've ever seen at Arsenal, along with, your Gilbertos, your Petits, your Fabregas, your Santi Cazorla. But he's an absolute legend in my eyes. And I still don't understand why Patrick Vieira doesn't have a statue at Arsenal, because for me, he's a giant of a player. So, yeah, next game is huge. He said, on increasing our attacking threat, we know it's been a problem. 5 goals in 7 games is not good enough for Arsenal when you consider the attacking talent that we've got. In the comments, by the way, people, we will be speaking. I see a few of you talking about Ben White. He's done an interview, said a few things. We will discuss that after as well. I know a lot of you want to talk about that, and I know he's getting a little bit of criticism for it. But we'll break it down and see if it's, does he deserve it or is it not that serious? He says there have been many areas of focus. That is one of them, obviously. The players we have available here to work because of internationals is very limited, but it is certainly something we can do better in improving our efficiency in front of goal. When we get that balance right, it will obviously help us to win more games. I mean, he's not going to, I don't get the impression he's going to give us much today. He's given us them just easy, easy answers that don't really give you much to talk about. Penalty Spot said a statue would be too big. We can't afford it. Vieira, for me, 100% deserves a statue. What a player. Roland said, Curtis, you legend. Lacazette, you prick. Bless up, my G. You are a true inspiration. Shaw Army, big up, bro. Yeah, definitely Vieira, man. What a legend. Jay Warren said, just finished watching you on AFTV. That was a great show. Talk is cheap. Big up, bro. Marboy said, big congrats, Big C, on the award. Big up, my bro. And people defending Ben White. It's not Ben White's fault. He doesn't know Vieira. The club should be forcing players to learn our history. Yeah, possibly. Arteta was asked about Patrick Vieira as a player and captain. He said he is a legend. I hope he gets the reception he deserves for what he did for the club, not only as a player, what he transmitted as a person. He was the captain of the club in the most successful era in the last many years, and it is great to have him back. Again, simple answer. The questions are easy. On how he's adapted as Premier League manager, he said, well, he's already had a couple of experiences as manager. He knows the league really well. You can see the touch that he's trying to put in his team and the things he's trying to implement. I don't think he's going to give us much today, people. The questions are so boring. Like, oh, Mikel, what do you think about Patrick Vieira? He's not going to criticize him, is he? The guy's a legend of a player. It's just so simple. On whether the way Vieira sets up Palace gives us an opportunity, he said, I don't know how they're going to set up. They have done it in different ways and have used different players, most of the time, similar formations. So let's see how the game develops. The questions are dreadful. They really are. DJ Dre said, champion, big up Big Meech Curtis on the award. Well deserved. Big up, bro. Big up John Layout with a super chat. Yes, Curtis, big up on the award, and we need more. 100%, bro. We move. We're looking for a treble next year. Big up Mr. Danielson himself in the picture. Big up Alfred. He said it's criminal Vieira and Wenger don't have a statue. I agree with that. Even though Arsene Wenger, kind of left in a bit of a cloud when he left. He didn't go out as the legend that he should have. Listen, I'm not saying he isn't a legend. I'm saying he didn't leave the club in the way you would expect a legend to go out in a high blaze of glory. He was kind of pushed out the door. But listen, for me, Patrick Vieira, Arsene Wenger, I think you could even look at Ian Wright as well. He was the club's record goal scorer. There are a few. But yeah, definitely Patrick Vieira and Wenger. So big up to Alfred. Big up DV said fully deserved. FJ said, is there any video of your award ceremony? I believe Football Content Awards have got the whole ceremony up on their Instagram page. So anyone who's on there, if you want to go and check that out, it is on there. And big up Luke, who said, Curtis, congratulations. You're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you very much, bro. What else he got to say? On whether the way Vieira said, oh no, we've read that. On being named manager of the month. I mean, no, go on. No, let's give him his props. He won manager of the month. They are going to ask him about it. He said, yeah, it's not personal because it is also for all the people behind who helped to achieve those trophies. It is nice, and we will now focus on the next thing, which is to win more football matches. Hopefully there will be more to come because that would mean we are doing things right. Yeah, they're not feeding us here, man. We're going to leave hungry today, people. Maybe the Waffle House is closed. But it's the questions. The questions are horrendous. And I do think it's when they're on Zoom as well. I think they get better questions when they're in the room. Elliot Roberts says, congrats, monsieur. Well-deserved new content creator award. Indeed. Thank you very much, bro. Nicky Thompson said, so sad that he tarnished his reputation a bit. Wenger, Wright, and Vieira should be given the honours. Legends for me. Is there anyone else you think, or do you agree? Would you give those three statues, Vieira, Wenger, and Ian Wright? No waffles, man. They're feeding us crumbs today. Big up Alfred, who said, big up Curtis in this community for voting. Listen, as I said, people, and I'll repeat it again now because more of you are in the chat now, so it is important I reiterate it. These awards are for us, and I want you to understand that. The way Arteta's saying there, this manager of the month is about everyone else. You do not have a successful YouTube channel without the support of a community that gets behind you, that interacts, that supports, that's positive. These days sometimes where I'm tired and I think, do you know what? Do I take a day off? But you motivate me to continue to make videos because I think I love the interaction. I love the feedback, and that's why we do it. So I want you to understand these awards are for all of us. So thank you very much. And onwards and upwards, people. We keep it moving. And keeping it moving. Are they going to ask him anything that gets a decent little, give us something to have a little fun with, on how quickly things change in football? I mean, come on, man. Is he asking himself these questions? Do you know what I mean? Is he just saying it himself? I don't know. It is the opportunity that this game gives you, and you have to stand up, keep believing, work hard, be critical, and analyze things to try and change them and improve. Football always gives you that opportunity. These questions are dreadful. They really are. Absolutely dreadful. Big up Heaven Angel, legend Curtis, congrats. Big up my boy Fran. It's not letting me super chat for that Verve Clico, bro. No worries, Fran. Hey, don't worry about it, man. We're on the water, man. You know what I mean? We celebrated last night. Send me a bottle of Evian water, man. 60 pence. That'll do. I'm back in the gym this afternoon. We have to, Celebrations are over now. Back to business. Back to the training ground. Mr. G said, missed the first 20 minutes, bro. Big up, Curtis. Congrats. You deserve. Gonna watch from the start, man. Big up. Revanite said, this is a terrible press conference, and I apologize. The questions are dreadful. They really are. Lemongrass tea settings. Fran loves that lemongrass, you know. Telling you, man loves his tea. I'm more of a hot chocolate man, you know. Any decent questions on fans reacting positively to Patrick Vieira's return? Ah, dear. I was looking forward to this press conference, but the questions are ruining it, mate. I mean, what's he going to say? Do you know what? Even, you know, he was a legend. Go and boo him. Like, he's just going to... They're poor questions. He said, I have no doubt that will be the case. To have him back and welcome him and what he's been at the club, recognising him the right manner, I think it's important. Dreadful questions, really are. We'll move on. Are we going to get anything? Any meat on the bone, people? On Granit Xhaka's return. The man's out for 2 or 3 months. There ain't no return. We don't need to speak about it. He told us at the start. Jesus, who asked these questions? Who asked these questions? I'm telling you. Luca said, would you like to collab one day? I'll send you a DM on Twitter. Yeah, I'll check out your channel, Luca. And maybe in the future we can get something done, bro. Football London Journal. Hey, listen, it's not even just Football London, man. I don't know what's going on. It must be copy and paste. Maybe we'll have to skip through. Xhaka's return. Listen, we're not even going to read all this. He said, I don't know, but I'm sure that if you tell him 3 months, he will be thinking 2 months. Yeah, he's going to big him up. He'll try and get back quicker. We'll skip it. On if Thomas Partey will be ready for Palace. Has he picked up an injury? I haven't even heard about that. He said, let's see. We haven't had the players here yet. Some of them, because they're still traveling, have not been assessed. Everybody, we'll skip that as well. I'm not going to do this. On Patrick Vieira's appointment, I mean, yeah, you've asked him about Vieira about 7 times. What is he meant to say? I don't know. Well, he had experiences before. Obviously, Vieira knows the league. Oh, let's skip it, man. I'm not gonna waste your time, people. One thing I don't want to do is waste your time. Tell them don't waste my time. Crepton Conan settings. We're skipping, man. It's awful. Here we go. Oh, there's a juicier question there, but he didn't get. All right, let me get into the super chat. Big up, Latte. Hope you're well, my bro. Thank you for coming on the other day as well and speaking so well. He said, congratulations, Curtis, best content creator. The best content was Saturday. It was the Saturday we lost Buendia to Villa. It was an instant classic. Keep up the great work. Do you know what? So many people loved that stream. I never really watched it back, but yeah, people loved it. I was in straight comedy settings that day, man. But big up, bro. Billy said Arsenal wrote those questions. It wouldn't surprise me. But right, a decent question here, I hope. But I don't know if we're going to get. The answer looks very short. On Thierry Henry's comments, which I thought were reasonable the other day, but some people thought there was an ulterior motive there. But for me, arguably the best player that the Premier League's ever seen and an Arsenal legend, you have a right to your opinion. And I think his opinion was fair and balanced. And he's give it the old Arsene Wenger. No, I haven't heard those comments. I've just heard them from you. It's just another opinion, so you have to respect that. You're telling me that this guy never heard anything that Thierry Henry said. But listen, he's done the old Arsene Wenger. Oh, Arsene, what did you think about that tackle? Should that have been a red card? Well, look, I didn't see it, and I will have to check out after I go back to the dressing room. But I believe we have the quality. You know, Patrick Vieira's settings, you know, Arsene Wenger settings, he's played that one. Arteta, listen, we know you saw those comments, right? And we understand that you don't want to respond. And he has to be respectful, because if he said anything slightly disrespectful to Thierry, people would have been going crazy. So, yeah, he's giving it the old, look, I didn't see it. So, yeah, we know the game he's playing. Timac said, hi, Curtis, congrats, bro. The other day at Highbury Squad, Josh put Xhaka in his predicted 11 and was roasted in the comments. I said, in my mind, it's very important to do your homework before a show. I mean, listen, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because some people say when he's fit. But yeah, like the guy's out for 3 months, so you can't put him in your predicted 11. You definitely have to do your homework. People saying that was a spot-on impression of Wenger. I thought that was good. He always used to say, look, I believe we have the quality. And, I didn't see it. But I have to admit, doing this content when Arsene Wenger was manager would have been funny as well, because he said some crazy things over the years. But I still look at him as a legend, to be fair. But yeah, he got out of that one, Mikel Arteta. He answered it very smartly. He knew he couldn't slander the legend of the football club, so we didn't really get anything out. On the timing of the break, I mean, oh man, these questions are dreadful. Absolutely dreadful, man. I don't know who asked these questions. Imagine sitting there and going, right, press conference. You haven't seen him for 2 weeks. What do you think about the timing of the international break? Oh, yeah, mate. The start of October, it was dreadful. We're in autumn. Do me a favor. I'm not even going to read it. I'm just looking to see if he said anything. We were in good momentum. You want to carry on playing. I'm skipping. Yeah, I'm not going to waste people's time. On managing Arsenal 25 years on from Wenger's first game. Even answers with, I don't know. He's probably like, what do you want me to say about that? When you're in this industry, that ball is rolling and roles change. In the next 10 years, something else could happen with another former player. I'm going to skip that. The questions are dreadful. They're really bad today. Really bad. Oh, football friend questions. Nice and friendly, man. Yeah, I tell you what, Jeff Shreves ain't asking the questions, that's for sure. Maybe he asked the Thierry Henry one, but he got his way out of that one. On the Invincibles team, I mean, what? The Invincibles. I mean, listen, I love the Invincibles, but what's Arteta going to tell us about the Invincibles? They were a joy to watch. I think that team had everything. I'm going to skip that. I'm just not. I don't. We know what the Invincibles were. And this ain't disrespecting the Invincibles. On whether he would have liked to have played against Vieira. I'm not even gonna put you through that. He actually said no. He was very dominant. I like that. That's decent. All right, let's skip by. I'm not wasting no one's Friday listening to that rubbish. On whether Lacazette could leave in January. Oh, interesting. Is he going to do the whole answering without answering? He said, we are focusing on getting the best out of Lacazette, and he shows every day his commitment is here. We just want to give him the right minutes so that he can show his quality and help the team do better. I would say that's an open-ended answer. Because to me, if I'm keeping him in January, I'm turning around and saying, we expect Lacazette to be here for the season. We have no intention of selling him, So to me, that tells me that they would sell him at the right price. But I then ask the question, why did they not sell him in the summer? Because a lot of clubs in Europe will go, well, why would we pay 10 to 15 million for Lacazette in January when we can sign him at the end of the season on a free? They can actually agree a pre-contract with Lacazette in January to already sign him for the end of the season. Levan said, yo, Curtis, big up. Congrats once again on winning the best new content creator at the FTAs. You deserve it, brother. Thank you very much. Revenite said, these questions are irrelevant nonsense. I'm telling you, man, poor. Michael Powell said, sounds waffly there. I'm telling you, I think that there's a possibility Lacazette can leave in January. On Jack Wilshere, on whether we have a plan for him here. He said, he is around the place and we are trying to help him get fit. He is training sometimes with us and the academy. He's around the place and it's been great to have him around. That will continue to be the case. I mean, I'm not going to read too much into that. But listen, I don't think they're going to sign him. The fact he's saying he's training sometimes he's with the academy. I get the impression that Jack is struggling to get a club and they're probably just helping him. And I love seeing him in training. I don't think they're going to sign him, to be honest. But again, he answers the question without answering the question, if you know what I mean. But I don't think they're going to sign him. Just keep him around the place. It's like work experience. So we'll have to see with that one. It'd be interesting if he plays an under-23 game. On whether we've lacked a leader in midfield since Vieira left. Yo, listen, let me tell you now. That is shots fired. That's got to be Jeff Shreves. Bear in mind that Mikel Arteta was Arsenal captain a few years after Patrick Vieira left. So you're basically saying that Mikel Arteta was no leader. That's a harsh question. That to me, you just loaded up the clip and started firing. You know what I'm saying? But he said, I don't know. That was a long time ago. So I don't know what the research has been. There have been some really good midfielders, and Patrick was Patrick. There's not going to be another one like him. Jeff, I'm telling you. Jeff, is that you? You know what I mean? I'm knocking on the door. Jeff, is that you? Did they let you in? They let him on Zoom. He must have sneaked in. That is a harsh question, considering that Arteta was actually an Arsenal captain himself. But you can tell he doesn't like that question. That's crazy. But yeah, big up One Rovers Vlogs. Big up Curtis. Congrats on the award. Well deserved. Was great meeting you as well. We're sat right in front of you. Keep smashing the content. Hey, big up, bro. Listen, do you know what? The night flew so quick. And I met so many people, and obviously, you know, we was drinking and enjoying the night and stuff. Big up to you. Listen, what I say to anybody who got nominated, whether you won or not, it's a privilege to be nominated. And you know, I never won last year. This year, I was lucky enough to win. Keep making your content. Big up to you, and keep doing your thing, bro. I appreciate your support. There was a lot of good people there last night, that's for sure. Henri slipped in that question, I'm telling you. On a need for a big leader in midfield. And he said, yes, but you can have them in different positions. We cannot try to copy that. And obviously, it would be great to have someone like Patrick or Tony in the team. I'm going to skip it. You don't deserve to listen to all that, I'm telling you. It was Jeff Shreve, says John. I'm telling you, he snuck in the Zoom with a wig on or something. Big up Mark Hook. I hope you're well, bro. Just tuned in, Curtis. Congratulations on the award. Well deserved. Gladiator scoops, but we have different qualities and characteristics. Yeah, there's no one in our team that matches their quality. It's a good point. On Aaron Ramsdale's positive start to life in North London. Now, I'm not saying this ain't no disrespect. I'm going to skip this as well, right? Not because he doesn't deserve the accolades, because he has done his thing, but it's just dragging. The answer's long. You know, he's been fantastic since he's come to Arsenal. So me skipping is not no disrespect on Aaron Ramsdale. He's been fantastic. Deserves all the credit. But I just want to get through this press conference. You know, he's bigging him up. He's saying he has all the qualities to succeed and it's early. And if Ramsdale could challenge Pickford as number one, he needs to keep performing. And he's already, listen, we'll skip it. He's been brilliant. I think he can challenge Pickford. Although I do rate Pickford when he plays for England. I don't rate him for Everton. On if Smith Rowe needs to add more goals to his game, I mean, it's obvious. It's so obvious. I think the intention, hunger, and ambition is there. He's capable of doing it. I'm going to skip it as well. On Smith Rowe's humility, to be fair, Emil is naturally like this. We're skipping that as well, people. I'm not doing this. It's too long. Not one question on tactics, attacking strategy, midfield battle. Not one on the game management. I wanted to hear questions like, you know, how do you deal with Wilfried Zaha? He's had some really good performances against Arsenal. 5 goals in the last 7 games. What are you going to do to try and score more goals? These kind of questions. Levan said, Curtis, I watched the Arteta press conference on YouTube. It was Ian Abrams from TalkSport who asked that question. Fair enough. Big up the Moose. Oh, he's asked about Martinelli, who said, on Martinelli's lack of game time. Oh, here we go. Well, because of the amount of players we have in those positions, first of all, he had some games that he played. He started against Brentford and he started against Chelsea as well. Unfortunately, he got injured last week. It's a minor injury and we don't know if he's going to be available for Monday. We have a lot of options with Gabby and we need to find the right space for him to grow within the squad. Do I agree with that? No, not really. You're playing Smith Rowe on the left, who is an attacking midfielder through the middle. So, in theory, there has been space for him, but you've decided that he's not the right player to play in that position. Now, I understand he's had injuries. I didn't even know Martinelli was injured now. But I think from January last year, he was pretty much injury-free. So, I don't quite buy into that answer. You know, you can keep saying it's my fault. I haven't played him. He needs to get in the team. But you have to give him a chance. Fran said, waste of time, these scripted interviews. Yeah, they're waffling. Hey, big up my boy Babs, man. Great night last night. Shout out to Babs. You know, again, someone who I always say has been given me a lot of help on this channel, knows the YouTube game inside out. I'm sure you subscribe to him. It was a great night, bro. Big up to you. And I want to see you picking up a trophy next year. And you, Fran, as well, next year. You know what I'm saying? I want to see other people winning. Let's skip through this, people. You know, it's been a boring one, to be honest. On Martinelli's progression, he says no. If you look at the number of games that he's played, the injuries he suffered have been big setbacks. We sometimes forget his age, what he's done, and where he is. We need to try and help him maintain that balance. Listen, I'm not going to read all of it. I think he's waffling a little bit there. At the end of the day, he's been available a number of times and been on the bench and not come on. So he's not injured when he's sitting on the bench. There's obviously an issue there of some sort. So, yeah, we'll have to see with that one, you know. On if Martinelli can go on loan, he said, I'm very happy with him. We're not thinking about anything like that. I mean, he can't be going on loan. He's far too good to be going on loan, surely. He said, I'm potentially losing El Neni and Partey to AFCON. We know that anyway. Let's see where we're at that point. Which players are available? I would have liked to have seen them ask him, you know, are you looking to sign a midfielder in January with those players going to AFCON? But, you know these questions. Always an interesting one. On Matteo Guendouzi, and if there's any chance of him returning this season. He said, for right now, he's gone for the season. I think he's having a really good spell at Marseille, and it's part of the plan we made with him. He's continued with his development and will make a decision at the end of the year. I mean, do we have a decision to make? I thought there was an option or an obligation to buy him if he meets certain clauses. So that's interesting because I thought, you know, they automatically could buy him. On if Guendouzi has played his last game for Arsenal, I think you cannot say that about a player that is owned by the club. Interesting way to finish the Matteo Guendouzi question. You know, a couple of decent questions, but all in all, that was a dreadful press conference. Really was. We had to skip through most of it. Yeah, I heard Kevin Campbell apparently was saying that he believes Martinelli should go on loan. For me, I don't think so. I think Martinelli should get game time at Arsenal. He's definitely good enough to get involved in this Arsenal team, that's for certain. But listen, I wouldn't mind Guendouzi coming back. I said it many times. I know he's got maybe a little chip on his shoulder, but a lot of young players have that. You have to shape them in terms of their attitude and harness that talent. Penalty Spot said, I thought he was an option to buy. People, is it an option to buy or is it an obligation? I thought it was an obligation if certain clauses were met. I don't know if it's if he plays a certain amount of games. I mean, I'm reading a report here. There was some confusion. The deal was officially announced with Marseille claiming it was an option to buy, not an obligation. That's interesting. So maybe Matteo Guendouzi could be back in an Arsenal shirt next season. Listen, I don't mind that. This guy's getting in the French squad right now, people. He needs to meet certain clauses. So we'll have to see. Maybe Guendouzi could come back next season. We could have done with him in January. Alfred, big up to yourself, bro, said Curtis. He's just going to make ESR a central midfielder and bring Martinelli on the wing when Partey and El Neni leave, and we will sign nobody. I mean, yeah, there is talk of even maybe Martin Odegaard playing centre midfield as well. So I agree. I think he'll probably try and find an option from within the club rather than going to sign a player. So we'll have to see. But Matteo Guendouzi, play Guendouzi at 6 with Partey. Listen, we should have probably kept him this season. I think it's an option to buy. I think you're right. I think it's an option. But if these clauses in the contract are met, it then becomes an obligation. So we'll have to see. Jack Lewis said 40 minutes late. Don't worry, bro. At least you're here. Better late than never. You can always watch afterwards. Congratulations to you, Curtis. Says Sharguna from Singapore. Big up to you. Right, I can see loads of people talking about Ben White. So let's get into it. Benjamin White, £50 million Arsenal signing. Now, I'm going to add balance to this. I'm not going to react too much to this. I want your opinions, and then I will give you my opinion after. I want to know what you think. So for those of you that don't know, Ben White was interviewed in the build-up to the Crystal Palace game on Monday, being that he's a former Brighton player. Brighton had that was their rivals, Crystal Palace. He was asked about Patrick Vieira and the importance of the number 4 shirt at Arsenal. Which Ben White obviously wears the number 4. The number 4 was obviously Patrick Vieira's shirt when he played for Arsenal. He's now the Palace manager, of course. And he was asked about Arsenal, the Invincibles, and Patrick Vieira and what he thought about them. And Ben White's comments were, I never watched football when I was younger. I still don't now. I just love the game. I was always playing it, but never watching it. So I don't know too much about older generations. I know Patrick Vieira was a very good player, but I wouldn't know the details. There's a lot of mixed comments towards this comment on social media. I want your comments first before I react in any way. He went on to say, I watch myself for analytical reasons. I watch England maybe, but I'm always busy doing something. I wouldn't just sit down and watch a game. Now, I want your opinions on that because I'm going to add balance to this, right? I'm going to add balance before I give you my opinion. On one hand, I read that he was 7 years of age when Arsenal became invincible. So, not many 7-year-olds at that time are watching football. Well, to be fair, my son loves football, but a lot of 7-year-olds, they're busy doing other things. They ain't watching full games of football. So I hear you on that. And second of all, I've played with a lot of players that are not that into football, which sounds crazy. They're just talented at it. They love playing it, but they don't really watch it. Now, the players I was playing with were not playing at the level that Ben White is playing at. It's a little bit... Listen, I respect his honesty. He's a player. He loves playing the game, but he doesn't necessarily watch it and study it. I respect his honesty. I really do. I'm not getting too caught up in what he's saying. But at the same time, do you kind of need to study the game that you're in? And to me, the only way you study the game that you're in is by playing it. Now, he can still be a great player without really watching the game. I get it. I know a lot of footballers that don't particularly like football. I've heard footballers who say, listen, I play the game because it earns me a great living and I'm not even that into football. I think it was Asso Akoto, who used to play for Tottenham. He done an interview where he said he doesn't even like football. He just said he was good at it. It made him a good living and he played it. It was a career choice. So I respect it. I respect what he's saying. But my only question would be, if I'm going to make content in a YouTube space, I feel that I need to watch other content creators in my space to see how they do things, gain little tips, habits, see what doesn't work, see what's worked, and then you shape it your own way. So what I would say is, I don't think it's a massive problem. I really don't, by him not watching it. But at the same time, I think when you're an upcoming player in the game who's trying to find his way, I think sometimes it is important that you watch other players. If I'm a centre-back like Ben White, I'm watching Van Dijk, I'm watching Ramos, I'm watching Thiago Silva to learn little things in their game. So I don't think it's as big a deal as what people have made out. But also, I do think sometimes you should watch certain things, especially if you're not at the real... it's not like he's a world-class centre-back. There are still things he could learn. But I want to know your opinions, people. Do you not like this? I've seen people even saying this is embarrassing because he doesn't know his history. He's saying he doesn't know about Patrick Vieira. Should they be made to learn the history of the football club? Let me know in the comments. Let's have a debate, people. Alfred says, in fact, before I read your comment, let me put slow mode on because we're getting loads of comments for this and I don't want to miss too many of them. Big up to all of you in the chat. Alfred said, I had a friend who was probably the best player on our team, but he too never watched football. He didn't even have a team he followed. Yeah, I hear you on that. Fran said, I get what he's saying because I never watched football until I was a teen and I was never really like watching it, only playing it. Yeah, exactly. Do you think it could help him by watching it, or is it just Is it irrelevant? Brandon said, "Congrats on the award, bro. You're right, Curtis. Some fans care more about matches than some players do, but you have to study the game, and that's kind of the only point where I would say, maybe don't watch all of football, but sometimes watch little bits of certain players, possibly." Big up penalty spot. Appreciate your super chat, bro, and thank you again for coming on the other day. You spoke very well. Said it's an honest comment. However, he should have done his homework on Arsenal greats. When shirt numbers bear such relevance. And I hear you on that. Whilst I respect his honesty, I think he could have shaped his answer better. If I haven't really watched Patrick Vieira and I'm Ben White, I think I would have answered this and said, do you know what? I understand that Patrick Vieira is a legend of this football club. And it's a real honour for me to wear this number 4 shirt, knowing how much Patrick Vieira means to this club. I'm sure Ben White knows that Vieira is a legend, like Thierry Henry, like Bergkamp, like Tony Adams. So, listen, I do respect his honesty, but I think he should have explained a little bit more that he understands the meaning of that shirt. That shirt means a lot. Number 14 means a lot, Thierry Henry. So, I think he should understand his history. Big up to John Layout with the super chat. Said, if I'm being honest, it ain't that bad because Carlos Vela used to play football and he said he enjoyed basketball more. Interesting. As I said, I know a lot of people that are not as into football as you would think people. Prem players as well that say they don't really watch the game. Richard Reed said, big up Big C. Congrats again on the award and big up to the community. Nothing's wrong with his comments, but I think it seems a bit bizarre that he doesn't watch games. And as I said, if Messi said he didn't watch football, I would say, fair enough. Who can you really learn from? You're at the very top of football. You're at the pinnacle. But for Ben White, I think, I don't know. I just think he should watch some of the greats in his position a little bit, But listen, I'm not too caught up on it. Harlex said, big up, Curtis. Great to join the live stream after a while. Hope you're well. I'm good, man. Thank you for tuning in and supporting. Really appreciate it. Hope everyone's well on this Friday. It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. Weekend settings, people. Fraser said, Curtis, I don't know the history of my workplace either. How many people do? And listen, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. If you're in a job that you don't love, maybe Ben White doesn't love football, although he does say, I love playing the game. But if you're in a job that you don't particularly love, are you going to study the history of it? I don't know. I want your comments. I'm going to read your comments. I want to see what you think. Darren said, been away, but back now. Big up, C. Congrats on the gold, my friend. Big up, bro. Thank you very much. Neil said, Curtis, Ben sounds like an employee more than a player. Yeah, I hear you on that. I hear you. But what he's done, I tell you the problem here. If Ben White all of a sudden on Monday has a bad game, people are going to say, this guy doesn't even watch football. He probably doesn't even know how Wilfried Zaha plays. Imagine if Zaha turns him inside out on Monday and people are going to go, well, the guy probably doesn't even know what to expect from Zaha because he doesn't watch football. So he's allowed himself to kind of be targeted by the fans by this comments, Big up South London's finest. Smash the likes, people. Over 1,000 of you in here. Make sure you subscribe as well. Onwards and upwards, people. We have to take the channel to the next level now as well. OGD said, to get to a certain level, you have to be a student of the game. He is far from world class. So how do you get to be world class if you don't watch Ramos, Silvas, Varans, and Van Dijks? It's a fair point. It is a fair point. And he has allowed himself to be aimed at with those comments. Big up Jay, hope you're well, bro. Said, sometimes you can't watch matches if you're playing. Academy matches clashes with the pro football. The thing is, first team players, they have a lot of time off. Let me tell you, man. I've been in the game. You get so much time. You're probably done most days by 12:30, 1 o'clock, people. You get the rest of the day to yourself. He could easily watch football in the evening on a weekend. He said he's too busy. He's got a lot of other things to do. People were saying he's on the sunbed all the time, Listen, I'm not saying that if you sit there and you watch Van Dijk play his next 10 games, all of a sudden you become a better player. It doesn't necessarily make you better. It's just, I think we like this thought process that you're a student of the game. You watch the greats, you study, you live, breathe, drink, eat football. And I think this is just an eye-opener for people that not everybody loves football. But like you said, Razil, he plays it every day. So that's where he should improve. It's just, I don't know. It's different with me because I love football. I love it. I watch it. I play it. I study it. I believe I'm a student of the game, despite not making it to the level that I probably should have. But so for me, it's different because I watch players play. I study players. So it's different. But I get it. I'm not too caught up on it. Poster Boy said, congrats, Big C, well deserved. Thank you very much, bro. Gladiator Scoop said, name an absolute top class player who isn't a student of the game. The thing is, bro, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know, and not a lot of players really talk about that and say whether they watch it. But I bet there are some top players that don't. But I believe more do. I definitely believe that more do study the game, do watch other players than don't, Alfred, thank you for the super chat, bro. Appreciate his support. As always said, no matter how much you watch, it doesn't really help us. Most of us would be professional right now if watching really did much. Ben knows the players he plays against, though. Well, let's hope so, because like I said, there was no need to put this pressure on yourself for Monday. I would have answered that question very different. Big up to Springer. Hope you're well, my bro. Always supporting as well. Congrats on the win, Big C. Listen, we win together, people. We win together. Community settings, togetherness. Together, everyone achieves more. I saw an interview the other day with Tyson Fury, and they were saying, listen, Tyson, you won the title, this, that, the other. He said, I didn't win this title. The team won the title. The psychologist, the trainer, the manager, the person that drives him around, all of that. And this is how I feel about the community. It's not me, it's us, because you give me that motivation, all of you. You interact, so great community. So like I said, next week, we're going to do a giveaway on the channel. We'll have a think about something. I'll give something back to the community. I think it's only justified, people, that I give something back for your great support. So listen, like I said, let me know what you think. Do you think he should be watching football on a regular basis? Could it help him? Or is it not a big deal? Some people are not happy. Marvu, who's become kind of the Arsenal troll now, since he's won the Champions League as his Chelsea fan, he said, I'm not even going to read it out because I'm not having you slandering him. We're supporting him. It's our 50 million centre-back. We're hoping he turns into a beast. PS5 setting said, hey, probably PS4, bro. You know what I mean? I'll give away a PS4. Nah, man, it won't be as big as that, I'm afraid. But listen, in the future, we'll definitely do bigger. But we'll do something. Maybe give away a shirt of your choice like we did, or something like that. Give away an Arsenal training kit. Hey, after Tottenham, I was going to order all sorts, man, but I stopped. The family said, clean hearts always win, fam. Come on, bro. Listen, one thing I always say is that not everyone will agree with you in life, right? This is something I've learned in this community space and YouTube. When you make strong comments and things like that, not everyone's going to agree with you. I want people to know that, if you're on this channel, you're not always going to agree with me, and that's fine. We can have healthy debate about it. There's nothing wrong with that. And I try to keep my opinions balanced. If I have an opinion, I'll try and back it up with facts and beliefs. But we don't always have to agree. And that's the beauty of this channel. I'd like to think that you don't have to agree. We can have healthy debate. I will click on comments, even if they're constructive and they're criticizing, as long as it's not abusive, people. So listen, that's the beauty of the channel. It's an open platform. So, yeah, we'll keep it moving. Jurgen Klopp said, I need a PS5. Bro, it's hard enough to get hold of a PS5. Never mind give one away. Fraser said, give away a T-shirt saying Kroenke out. Yeah, we'll give away a few of them. That's for real. Fact Zegan, Ziggy, big up, bro. The London Clothing Company said, I hope Arsenal wins this weekend. Listen, at least we can enjoy our weekend. We don't play until Monday. So Monday night football settings, people. And we'll probably do quite a long build-up to that game. Being as we haven't had a game for a while, we'll really get into it. I'm just checking. The game on Monday kicks off at 8 o'clock. So we'll probably be on from 7 o'clock. 7:15 we'll be on. Curtis makes sense, sure. Hey, listen, not always. Sometimes, listen, we all get it wrong sometimes, I was critical of the Ramsdale signing. And look at the way he started. If he continues that, I'll look back at that and say I got that completely wrong. And happy to get it wrong if it's to the benefit of the football club. Maybe a retro shirt of a club of your choice. Listen, any kind of shirt like that. If you don't want one of these new kits, if there's somewhere we can get hold of a retro shirt or something like that, we can do that. It's a great idea. Definitely. Next week we'll sort it. Sam said they'll ruin our week instead. That's the thing, isn't it? At least the weekend's only a few days. But Arsenal obviously play next Friday as well. That's a good idea. Yeah, I could give away FIFA 22 if one of you got the console. Maybe we'll just see who the winner is, and then you can kind of decide what you want around a certain price bracket, you know? E. Ross said, congrats, Big C, on the award. You get me through the days, brother. I really appreciate it. Hey, thank you, man. You know what? When I get comments like that, it's overwhelming, you know, and people say that. But it's important. It's important we make content, support each other. I watch other people's content and that. So, yeah, man. HMT said, Kurt, remember, this Curtis guy never reads my comment. Hell of a community. Yeah, he came in harsh with that one. He wasn't happy. 12,000 FIFA points. Hey, listen, we'll do something along those lines, people. You know, if you've got a PS5 or something, we could give you FIFA points or a shirt, something like that. Merch giveaway, Curtis T mug. Oh, man, I've only got one of them. I've only got one. Ajax Bob Marley kit. Yeah, could give that away if you can get hold of one. I know they're difficult. I could do that. Taib said Curtis is a fantastic YouTuber. I appreciate that, bro. Big up Ammo as well. Let's move on. Let's move on from Ben White. I think overall people aren't too caught up on the Ben White comments, but you know you're always going to get a bit of stick when you say that. Big up Devon, who said, big up yourself. Well done on the award, repping Notts Town. Home City people, always remember that. Always remember. Alex Ferguson was talking about Arsene Wenger. And again, little debate before we go, people. And I want you to give me your comments on this, especially if you are a Man United fan or someone else in the Prem. Now, Arsene Wenger has a film coming out, which, listen, I'm looking forward to this. And I may even do watch-alongs for this as well. It's called The Invincibles by Arsene Wenger, the Wenger film. And Sir Alex Ferguson speaks in the film, which is, listen, I think it's brilliant that Ferguson and Wenger went to war in the football sense for all those years. And, you know, now they're such good friends. I think that's the sign of true competitors, you know. Go to battle, but have respect for each other after the situation has finished. And I love that. I do like that. And Sir Alex Ferguson has said this, and I think this is a massive, massive comment. He was asked about Arsene Wenger's invincible achievement, and he said the achievement stands above everything else. And he went on to say that the Invincibles was bigger than Man United winning the treble. I want to know your opinions on that, people, and be honest. Give me your honest opinion. Do you think that Arsenal going invincible in the Premier League, winning that gold Premier League trophy, never been done in Premier League history, do you think that's bigger than Manchester United winning the treble? And I mean the real treble, not no FA Cup, Carabao Cup, the Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League. That also, I believe, has never been done in Premier League history. Which achievement do you think is the greater out of the two? And I know a lot of Man United fans are very unhappy with this comment from Ferguson. I've seen a lot of United fans criticising it. Jack Lucas said, give away a TV to Ben White so he can watch a game. Listen, you can't watch TVs when you're on a sunbed, mate, and you're recording for Towie on the weekend. But yeah, that would be a good one for him. Tribe said, what's good, Curtis? Winner can co-host your show for the day. That would be a good one as well. Could do that. That would be a good one. Domestic treble for me, said Obi. Kabina said the invincible, no, saying the treble's bigger. Darren said the Champions League haunts us, so I would take the treble. Yes, it's bigger. Invincibles, the treble. Can't lie, I love the Invincibles, but I would prefer the treble. It's interesting. What is harder to achieve out of the two? I'm not sure. I think the treble is more difficult. I can't lie. I think the treble is more. how can I put it? I just think teams have been very close to being invincible. Um, I think it's almost harder to win the treble now, if I'm being honest. I feel like back then it was probably easier to win the Champions League then than it is nowadays. Nah, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. I think Man City nearly won the treble, but obviously missed out on the Champions League. It's I don't know. I've got my Arsenal head thinking, and my balance one. It's close. It's close. It's close. It's definitely close. Hard to win 3 trophies in a season. The thing is, that's a hard one. Do you know what? I'm going to stay out of it. I'm going to stay out of it. I think the Champions League is harder now because you play more games, and I think you play more difficult games to win that Champions League. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Legends of Renegade said the treble back then was easier than now. Man U had the most P. Yeah, they were financially so dominant compared to other Premier League teams. But listen, if Ferguson's saying the Invincibles is harder, then who am I to say no? We go with the Invincibles, man. Gold Prem. It's Arsenal, so I support it. Darren said it's true professionalism. I'm a gooner, but big up Sir Alex. Yeah, exactly, man. I respect it. I respect it. Cronke out said it's much harder to go through a whole league campaign without a loss. Bayern and Barca do the trebles for fun, said Zeeks. Do a poll. Do you know what, Taib? Spot on. I'll do a poll after this, and we'll put that in there. And we'll get your votes in there, and we'll talk about it in the next stream, what you voted. So, yeah, definitely. Invincibles or treble, people. Which one would you rather have taken? Harrison said, love you, Curtis. You're always my daily tablets. Congratulations. Please keep it up. Big up, bro. Thank you very much for supporting. Hendon Guna said, remember, we drew a lot of games in that league, in the league that year. For a treble, you can't draw games and progress to win the trophies. It's a tricky one, isn't it? See, the problem with the treble looks huge. Well, it's huge anyway. Let me not just say that. But the treble looks massive to an Arsenal fan because we couldn't get our hands on that Champions League trophy. So to win the Champions League is absolutely massive. But I think Arsenal fans like having that history of we've won something that nobody else has won. But then Man United have won trebles, but no one else in England has won the treble in the Premier League history. So, listen, I think they're both incredible achievements. Let me put it like that. I think winning the treble now is unbelievable. With the amount of games you have to play in the Champions League, in the Premier League, to maintain that and to have the squad is incredible. But then the Invincibles, we've seen teams where, I remember a couple of years ago, people were going, this 100 points Man City team is the best team in Premier League history. But they weren't invincible. They dropped points. They lost games. Yeah, I know they got the most points. But imagine what that invincible team would do in the Premier League nowadays. I think they would rip this Premier League apart as well. Man City winning titles with no striker. What would Thierry Henry do in this Premier League, people? He would smash the league apart. Big up my boy Deluded. Big up on the trophy, bro. More than Spurs. Come on, bro. We got to win. We're winning more than Spurs, people, always. Hey, DG, listen, next week we get some work done, man. I replied to you on YouTube, so we get some work done. Caribbean people, man, we're slow to respond. Everything's nice and easy and relaxed and laid back, bro. But now, big up DG for the support and kind words. I want to see you winning them trophies next year as well, my bro. Gooner8 said, invincible is invincible. Exactly, bro. And we're going to end it right there. That's the comment. Invincible is invincible. And big up to everyone. Big up Charlie as well. Joined late, but I'm glad in time to send my congratulations. Big up to you, bro. Seeing you supporting and your comments, bro. Keep doing your thing as well. Well done on the awards. Big up to all of you. Invincible or quadruple? Nah, that's different. Quaddy is next level. That's next level. But listen, people, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Great to get back on the mic. Celebration settings. But like Pep says, you win your trophy, you celebrate, and you go again. We move. Big up to all of you. What an amazing community. Thank you for all your support, all your nominations, all your comments, your likes, your, subscribing. Giveaway next week as a little thank you to give back. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we may do a watch along tomorrow, but if not, we'll do some Arsenal content. And of course, Arsenal game on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, people. Thank you for all your support and have a blessed Friday. Bless.